The idyllic winter calm of West Manchester Township, Pennsylvania was shattered on February 22, 2025. A day that began like any other, filled with the quiet hum of medical equipment and the reassuring presence of healthcare workers, descended into chaos and terror. At UPMC Memorial Hospital, a lone gunman, driven by motives yet unknown, transformed a place of healing into a scene of unimaginable violence. The tranquil halls echoed with gunshots, the sterile scent of disinfectant mixed with the metallic tang of blood. As fear gripped the hearts of patients and staff alike, a desperate struggle for survival unfolded within the hospital walls. This is the story of that day, a day forever etched in the memory of West Manchester Township, a stark reminder that even in the most unexpected corners of our lives, tragedy can strike without warning. The morning of February 22nd dawned like any other at UPMC Memorial. The sun rose gently over the horizon, casting a warm glow on the hospital's facade, signaling the start of a new day filled with hope and healing. Patients settled into their routines, nurses made their rounds, ensuring everyone received the care they needed. The hospital buzzed with the usual activity, a well-oiled machine running smoothly. Doctors prepared for surgeries, meticulously scrubbing in and donning their scrubs, ready to perform life-saving procedures. Each step was taken with precision and care, a testament to their dedication. In the intensive care unit, a team of dedicated professionals tended to the critically ill, their focus unwavering in their mission to heal. The ICU was a place of intense concentration and quiet determination. Their focus unwavering in their mission to heal, the medical team worked diligently, each member playing a crucial role in the care of their patients. At approximately 10:30 a.m., a man later identified as 49-year-old Diogenes Archangel Ortiz entered the hospital. He walked through the entrance with a sense of purpose, his presence barely noticed amidst the daily hustle and bustle. He carried himself with an unsettling air, his demeanor calm yet intense, as if he were on a mission only he understood. His face a mask of grim determination, betraying no emotion, only a steely resolve that hinted at the dark intentions he harbored. Unbeknownst to the unsuspecting staff and visitors, Ortiz had a chilling plan, one that would shatter the peace of the hospital and plunge it into chaos, one that would plunge the hospital into a maelstrom of violence. The serene atmosphere was about to be disrupted in the most horrifying way. Ortiz moved with purpose, his steps measured and deliberate, bypassing the bustling waiting areas and heading straight for the ICU. His destination was clear and nothing would deter him from reaching it. He clutched a semi-automatic handgun, its cold steel a harbinger of the carnage to come. The weapon was a stark contrast to the environment of care and healing around him. Its cold steel, a harbinger of the carnage to come. The sight of the gun would have sent chills down anyone's spine had they known what was about to unfold. In his other hand, a bundle of zip ties hinted at a sinister intent to restrain and control. These were not the tools of a healer, but of someone with a far more malevolent purpose. As he disappeared through the double doors of the ICU, the clock ticked down to a moment that would forever alter the lives of those inside. The calm before the storm was about to end, and the hospital would never be the same again. The relative quiet of the ICU was shattered by the sound of gunfire. The serene environment, usually filled with the soft beeping of monitors and the hushed conversations of medical staff, was abruptly transformed into a scene of utter chaos. Ortiz, his face contorted in a grimace, began firing indiscriminately. His eyes were wild, filled with a rage that seemed to have no clear target, no discernible reason. The bullets flew in every direction, shattering glass and piercing walls. Screams pierced the air as nurses and doctors scrambled for cover, their white coats stark against the spreading pool of blood. The once orderly rows of medical equipment were now overturned, adding to the chaos and confusion. Patients, many tethered to life support machines, could only watch in terror as the gunman stalked the ward, his every step a thunderclap in the confined space. Their eyes wide with fear, they were powerless to move, trapped by their own frailty. Ortiz, fueled by a rage that remained a mystery, had transformed the ICU into a hunting ground, trapping medical personnel and patients alike in a nightmare. His movements were erratic, his intentions unclear, but the danger he posed was unmistakable. Betsy Small, a visitor waiting anxiously for news of her ailing mother, recalled the moment the first shots rang out. She had been sitting in the waiting room, her mind preoccupied with worry, when the sudden noise jolted her from her thoughts. It was like a bomb went off, she said, her voice trembling. The sound was deafening, and the ensuing panic was immediate. People were shouting, crying, and the air was thick with fear. People were screaming, running, pushing past each other to get away. The hallways, once a place of calm and order, were now filled with a frantic rush of bodies, each person desperate to find safety. The hospital's PA system crackled to life, announcing a code silver active shooter. The words echoed through the corridors, a stark reminder of the danger that now loomed over everyone inside. The words, chilling in their clarity, sent a wave of panic through the hospital. Staff and visitors alike were gripped by a fear that was palpable, their minds racing with thoughts of survival. Lockdown procedures were immediately initiated, but for those trapped in the ICU with Ortiz, escape seemed impossible. The walls that once provided a sense of security now felt like a prison, and the hope of rescue seemed a distant dream. As chaos reigned inside the hospital, a desperate call for help went out. The emergency dispatch center buzzed with urgency as operators scrambled to coordinate a response. Every second was critical, and the weight of the situation was palpable. The first responders, officers from the West York Borough Police Department, arrived within minutes, their sirens wailing a symphony of impending confrontation. The flashing lights cut through the night, signaling the arrival of hope amidst the chaos. They charged into the unknown, their training kicking in as they moved swiftly to engage the shooter and secure the hospital. The hallways, once a place of healing, had become a battleground, and the officers knew the stakes were life and death. Among them was Officer Andrew Duarte, a young officer with a bright future ahead of him. His determination and bravery were evident as he prepared to face the unknown dangers that lay ahead. He rushed into the building, his focus unwavering, his heart pounding with the knowledge that every second counted. The weight of his duty pressed heavily on his shoulders, but he moved with a resolve that inspired those around him. Inside the ICU, acts of incredible bravery were unfolding. The medical staff, despite the chaos and danger, remained committed to their oath to save lives. Nurses, their instincts to protect overriding their fear, shielded patients with their own bodies. Their courage was a beacon of hope in the midst of the terror. Doctors, their medical expertise taking on a horrifying new urgency, worked frantically to treat the wounded amidst the ongoing gunfire. The hospital, a place of healing, had become a war zone, and their skills were the only thing standing between life and death for many. Their courage, their selflessness in the face of unimaginable terror, would later be hailed as a testament to the human spirit's indomitable will to survive. The bravery displayed by the medical staff was nothing short of heroic. The air crackled with tension as the officers closed in on Ortiz's location, their weapons drawn, their senses on high alert. Every corner could hide a threat, and every step was taken with the utmost caution. A deadly game of cat and mouse ensued, the gunman's desperate struggle against inevitable capture, playing out against a backdrop of fear and uncertainty. The officers knew that their every move could mean the difference between life and death, not just for themselves, but for everyone in the hospital.